Hi everybody, so today we're going to finish our night sky background, and then next class we will do our sprinkling of the stars. So I want to talk to you just a little bit about like when you get your project today. It's going to look a little drier than you thought because it dries about 20% lighter. So the tip is working in layers. This was my night sky image, so I have it in front of me, and as you can see, I want it a lot more intense. So today, I'm going to let you guys try, if you wish, the liquid watercolors. And what I did was I added my colors on the palette. I went from the blues to the blue violets, to the reds, to the yellows, and then to the blue greens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by adding my lighter colors, and then I'm going to work my way to the dark. I'm going to activate my paper by wetting it, and I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to intensify that yellow. And what that did is it actually mixed with the blue a little bit and created the perfect like tone, like the blue-green. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of blue. Now this is way more intense, so you need to be a little bit extra careful when you're mixing these. They are very bright, so you don't want to overdo it. And allow the colors to mix. If you get too much on your paper, you need to get a paper towel or your sponge and just kind of dab it off. So I might have had a little bit too much water. So this time you're going to be controlling the water even more, using a little less water. It actually looks, I'm looking through the iPad right now, it actually looks better than it looks through the reflection of the iPad lens, so I'm not sure exactly why. Probably just the way that the lighting is. Remember to use your paper towels to dab. I had that lighter section in the middle I'm trying to keep lighter. So when I look at my image, I'm noticing where it's lighter and where it's darker. I'm still trying to keep that. So you see the white in the middle? I'm trying to keep that by dabbing off the extra. But I'm also going to start darkening a little bit. I needed to get my sponge. So I'm going to just create some more layers of the blues and the greens. I will want to add some black at the very end at the top, because I do see that there is some black at the top. But again, I'm waiting till the very end to do that. And then I'll add a little bit. So I'm adding my purples and my blues. That's the next layer of color. I do see that there's some purple in here, like a blue, kind of like a blue violet. And then underneath the blue violet, it's more like a red violet. So I'm adding, by the way, for the liquid watercolors, we do have red, but coral is red. So if you see that color that says coral, that's your red. So I'm adding that in there, the purple, adding some more blue, letting the colors just mix and do its thing, but a little bit more control now. As the colors start to bleed, you might want to lift it up where you don't want it. And honestly, I'm probably ready to add my black and then let it dry. Because I think what's really going to make it look good is when, although I do see a little bit of a darker area in the middle here. So I'm going to need some black, but I'm going to start by just marking that. And I'm using a skinnier brush now, you guys, so I have a little bit more control. If you're having a hard time controlling your watercolor, maybe try a different brush. Do not use the same brush for this whole project. It won't look good. Try mixing up the brushes. Remember to control the water. More water lightens the values. Less water, lighter values. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have, actually, there's a pearl color. It's called like a shimmer. And this actually looks really pretty when mixed in for the night sky. So I'm going to go ahead and add some shimmer. I think it's going to make my image really glow. And I'm mixing that in right with my blue. So I wouldn't do that for the first wash. You guys, I didn't show that to you. But for this one, if you want to, it just really adds a beautiful glow. When this dries, it's going to look really awesome. And then I'm going to mix some black paint in with that pearl. So I just literally mixed in the black paint right in with the pearl. And I'm going to like add that in at the top. And then I might have to add blue on top because I don't want it to look gray. I just want it to be a little darker. Now the liquid watercolors make a little bit more of a mess, so you'll need to like make sure you're wiping your whole table down. Now I think that I had a little bit too much pearl, so this is where you just self-assess. And now I'm taking just the black and mixing that in right at the top, letting it dry. Not dry, I mean mix. I was thinking ahead of myself here. I was going to say when it dries, it's going to look really nice. And then I might want to just add a little bit of black into the middle where I saw a black cloud. And then there was purple mixed in with that. So I'm just going to kind of add that purple in and swirl it. Alright, so I think I did enough here. I don't want to overdo it at this point. So the best thing I can do now is just let it dry and see what it looks like next time. And then I can decide if I wanted to add any other colors or if I'm ready to just start sprinkling my white paint on to make the stars. So have fun today. Get this looking awesome, and I'll be around to help.